I was kicked out of the hero team for my lack of strength. I chose to head to the border and start my leisurely life ahead of time. In their eyes, I indeed seemed like a useless person. But only I knew, as an incredibly rare, all-around support, I was almost invincible. That day, Hero Ares publicly humiliated me, forcing me to attack his shield, which I couldn't do at all, and my attacks had no effect. Amid their mockery, I became nothing but a burden. But in this world, everyone is born with a blessing. My blessing was called Guide, and my mission was to protect the hero's journey. I was born with a highly versatile set of abilities, but as the hero and his companions grew stronger, I gradually fell behind, transforming from the one who guided to the one who was no longer needed. To stop being a burden to Ludi, I chose to leave the team, promising to investigate the Demon Lord's army on my own and never return. Even so, Ares showed no mercy, even taking away my equipment. I no longer had any attachment to them. I chose to move to the border town of Zordon and decided to open an apothecary shop. But here, to everyone else, I seemed capable of everything, and thanks to my guide blessing, surviving and identifying herbs was incredibly easy for me. But during one herb-picking trip, I encountered a ferocious bandit. I could have dealt with him, but I realized I was no longer a hero, so I chose to avoid the fight and return. However, back in the village, I encountered an arrogant group of adventurers who ordered me to lead them to hunt monsters. I refused on the spot, not wanting to get involved in the fight. That night, my friend's younger brother contracted white-eye disease, which would lead to blindness if left untreated. I agreed to help, but discovered I was missing a crucial ingredient. I rushed into the mountains overnight, only to find that the adventurer group had set the forest on fire in their attempt to hunt monsters, almost destroying the herbs I needed. In a panic, I salvaged the herbs while defeating the bandit again, but the credit was stolen by them. Fortunately, I got the herbs, and the child recovered successfully. As thanks, Genko, a carpenter, helped me build my apothecary shop. Thanks to the stable effects of my medicines and my gentle attitude, I gradually gained praise within the Adventurers Guild, and this caught the attention of a female adventurer. On the day the shop opened, I held a small celebration. Someone mentioned that the hero team had defeated another Demon Lord officer. I felt genuinely happy, but I also knew such a life was no longer part of mine. My goal was simple: to run the apothecary well and chat with people every day. A slow life seemed to have finally begun. However, reality quickly poured cold water on my plans. The shop had been open for days with no customers, and even the herbs were about to expire. Then, on a rainy day, my first customer appeared. Her name was Litte. She had once been my temporary teammate, and now she was one of the only B-rank adventurers in Zordon. Her true identity was the second princess of the Kingdom of Logavia. Due to succession disputes at home, she had temporarily left, but we had now reunited.